Hi. So this video, you can just write these examples with me. We're just going to do a review for your test Wednesday, and I'm going to try to go through one of every one of the topics with you. And then you've got worksheets and past homeworks that if you don't feel comfortable with that topic yet, you can go back and try some. So I'm going to go in order. So the first thing we did was we factored out the GCF. And we had a worksheet for that. I think it was handwritten. So for the example, we might do this one. So when you're looking at it, and I'm just asking you to factor out the GCF, then first look at your numbers, and then look at your variables and see what can factor out. So for 4 and 18, 2 can go into both of those. Both terms have x's, and x to the 1 power is the most we could take out. And both terms do not have y's, so we can't factor out y's. And then do your parenthesis and take it one step at a time. Think 4 divided by the 2 leaves a 2. And 3 x's, and taking 1 out leaves 2. And then write down your minus. And then do your second term. One step at a time. 18 divided by the 2 leaves a 9. There's 1x, and you factored it out, so there's none left. And there is still a y squared. So there's that topic. The next topic was, I think it was a difference of squares. Oh, let me look back and I'll know for sure. Yeah. No, the next topic was factoring quadratics. And we spent 2 days on it. So the first one with a equal to 1. So we did things like x squared plus 8x plus 15. And I did the x method with you. At the top, we did a times c, and at the bottom, we put a b. So 1 times 15 goes to the top of 15, and b is 8. It goes at the bottom. And then if this was addition, both of our signs were that sign. So we have plus and plus. So 1 times 15 is 15, and 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 plus 5 is 8. So those are our answers. So the final answer was x plus 3 and x plus 5. And then we had another day where we factored quadratics. And you have worksheets for both of these. I do not remember if they're handwritten or not, but you might have them in order better than me. So the next one was factors where a was not equal to 1. So something like, 2x squared plus 2x squared minus 7x minus 30. All right, so this one, we're going to do the x method again. A times c goes to the top, and b goes at the bottom. So 2 times negative 30 is negative 60, and a negative 7 goes at the bottom. And if this is a minus, you automatically are going to have different signs, and you're going to subtract to get your bottom number. So factors of 60, just take 60 and divide it by 1 and get 60. 60 divided by 2 is 30. 60 divided by 3 is 20. Just go one right after the other. 60 divided by 4 is 15. You can use your calculator. 60 divided by 5 is 12. 60 divided by 6 is 10. 60 divided by 7 is a decimal. 60 divided by 8 is a decimal. 60 divided by 9 is a decimal. 60 divided by 10, we've got it. So we know we have them all when we don't skip around. If you just start at 1 and go through until they start to repeat on this other side, you know you got them all. So one of these sets of numbers is going to subtract and give us 7 if it factors. And all of ours are going to factor on this section of the test. So it's the 5 and the 12. And the one that's the negative is your answer is negative. So the biggest of the numbers is negative. So we got that. And the difference when A is not equal to 1, because your A here is a 2, is we got to take these answers and divide them both by 2. Now 12 divided by 2 goes evenly, so it's a -6, -6. The other one does not, so it's x plus 5/2. But we're going to do one little bit of rewriting and move that 2 up here in front of the x and call it 2x plus 5. Okay, the next day we did a difference of squares. And we saw that once or twice today. It was where we factored something like a squared minus b squared, and we got a minus b times a plus b. So for the example, we might do x squared minus 36. Well, it looks like it fits the formula, so we double-checked it and did little square roots to make sure. And this was x and x, and square root of 36 was 6. So it fits the formula. So our answer was x minus 6, x plus 6. So that difference of squares gave us different signs. Okay. The next day was a sum or difference of cubes. And you'll have these formulas. You just need to be able to use them. So we have a cubed plus b cubed, which was a plus b a squared minus a b plus b squared, and a cubed minus b cubed, which was a minus b a squared plus a b plus b squared. And this was that SOAP method. The same, this sign was opposite of what you started, and this sign was always positive. So same as what we started with, opposite of what we started with for both of them. That's how it worked. And this one was always positive. Okay, so our example for it will be x cubed minus 125. And since it's cubes, it seems to fit this formula. So we checked it with little cube roots, and it was x, and this was a 5. So it's a minus, so we're doing this formula. So the answer was, these are your A, let me do it in black, and this is your B. So you just plugged it in, x minus 5. X squared plus, multiply those two together, plus b squared. All right, now that, I believe, brings us to our adding and subtracting rational expressions. And we spent a couple of days on it on Monday and Wednesday of this past week. So we had questions like 2x over x plus 5 minus x plus 1 over x squared minus 25. So when we add and subtract rational expressions, we need our denominators to match. And we check the denominators. This one will not factor anymore, but this one will. And that's the difference of squares from just a few minutes ago. So it factors as x minus 5 and x plus 5. So that's our denominator that we need. And then you look back at this first one and you say, oh, I need you two to match. So this first fraction needs the x minus 5. So you multiply the top and the bottom with it. So now they match, so we're going to write our answer here. We're going to distribute the 2x. So 2x squared minus 10x. And then we do the minus, and we do parentheses for the second numerator. And we put it all over our denominators. So I distributed this, and then I did the minus, and I did a parenthesis for the second numerator. Now we just clean it up a little bit. So that's 2x squared minus 10x. You need to distribute your negative. Negative x minus 1 over x plus 5, x minus 5. Combine like terms, you got 2x squared, negative 10x and negative 1x gives us negative 11x minus 1 over x plus 5, x minus 5. And if you wanted to FOIL the bottom out, you could also. That would be great. Or you could just remember that we factored x squared minus 25. So this is also a fine answer. Either one of those last lines are great answers. And lastly, we multiplied and divided rational expressions today. And I can help on this a little Wednesday, since it's so brand new, as you take your group test. So the example here will be x squared plus 7x plus 12 over x plus 5 times x squared minus 25 over x plus 3. Okay, when we look at this, the first thing we wanted to do was not get overwhelmed. We want to look at each piece. So this first piece, you say, oh, we could do the x method on it. AC at the top, B at the bottom. 3 times 4 is 12. So that is x plus 3, x plus 4. That's our new top here. This bottom is not going to factor any, so we'll move on. This top here is a difference of squares, so it's x minus 5, x plus 5. I think I like that one. I think I've used it a few times today. And this bottom won't factor any. And then I was trying to be very consistent with you all today. So we multiplied straight across, and we did all of our numerators. X plus 3, x plus 4, x minus 5, x plus 5. Some of you were marking stuff out earlier, and that's okay. And then all the denominators. Now look and see if there's the same thing on the top as the bottom that can mark out. X plus 5 and x plus 5 does. That leaves nothing but x plus 4 times x minus 5 at the top and just a 1 on the bottom. So you don't have to do that if you'd like. And you can just finish by FOILing. First, outer, inner, last, and then combine those like terms in the middle. All right. I think it will go fine for you all. I would just practice. Maybe go back and practice 1 or 2 from each section just to make sure you feel good and ready and able to help the group. All right, see you Wednesday.